Great day, nation builders! I'm Cheryl Mamaril, your school nurse. Today, we are going to learn more about coronavirus and also tips on how to stay safe and healthy during the pandemic. So, what is pandemic? According to CDC or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, a pandemic refers to an epidemic that has spread over several countries or continents, usually affecting a large number of people. Example is the coronavirus.
According to COVID-19 in the Philippines 2020, the coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. This new virus and disease were unknown before the outbreak began in Wuhan, China in December 2019.
Let's learn about the symptoms of coronavirus. What are the things we need to know? Remember, anyone can have mild to severe symptoms. Older adults and people who have severe underlying medical conditions like heart or lung disease or diabetes seem to be at higher risk for developing more serious complications from COVID-19 illness. People with COVID-19 had a wide range of symptoms reported, ranging from mild symptoms to severe illness. Symptoms may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure to the virus. People with these symptoms may have COVID-19. Number 1, fever or chills. Next, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, nausea or vomiting, and diarrhea. Now, when are we going to seek emergency medical attention? Look for emergency warning signs for COVID-19. If someone is showing any of these signs, seek emergency medical care immediately. Example, trouble breathing, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion, inability to wake or stay up, and lastly, bluish lips or face. Remember, this list is not all possible symptoms. You still have to call your medical provider for any other symptoms that are severe or concerning you. How are we going to protect ourselves and others? Of course, we have to know how it spreads or how the coronavirus spreads. There is currently no vaccine to prevent coronavirus disease 2019. The best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to this virus. The virus is thought to spread mainly from person to person, between people who are in close contact with one another. Example, within about 6 feet. Number 2, through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. Number 3, these droplets can land in the mouth or nose of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. Some recent studies have suggested that COVID-19 may be spread by people who are not showing symptoms or those who are asymptomatic. Aside from learning how the coronavirus spread, everyone should wash hands often. So how do you wash your hands? Later on, I will show you videos on how to do proper hand washing. First, let us discuss when do we wash our hands. So remember, Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you have been in a public place or after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. It is especially important to wash before eating or preparing your food, before touching your face, after using the restroom, after leaving a public place, after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing, after handling your mask or your face mask, you should wash your hands. And then after changing a diaper if you have a little sister or brother, after caring for someone who is sick, after touching animals or pets, you have to wash your hands. So remember, you have to wash it at least 20 seconds. So what are we going to do if the soap and water are not available? So remember, you can use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% or 70% of alcohol. So you cover all surfaces of your hands and rub them together until they feel dry. Avoid or never touch your eyes, your nose, and your mouth with unwashed hands. Avoid close contact. Inside your home, avoid close contact with people who are sick. If possible, maintain 6 feet between the person who is sick and other household members. If you are outside your home, put 6 feet of distance between yourself and people who don't live in your household. Remember, some people without symptoms may be able to spread the virus. So you have to stay at least 6 feet or 2 arms length from other people. Keeping distance from others is especially important for people who are at higher risk of getting very sick. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when around others. You could spread COVID-19 to others if you do not feel sick. The mask meant to protect other people in case you are infected. Everyone should wear a mask in public setting and when around people who don't live in your household, especially when other social distancing measures are difficult to maintain. Okay, remember, masks should not be placed on young children under age of 2. Anyone who has trouble in breathing is also not allowed to wear a mask. Any unconscious person, incapacitated or otherwise, they are unable to remove the mask without assistance. So mask is not applicable to them. So you have to continue to keep about 6 feet between yourself and others. The mask is not a substitute for social distancing. When you are coughing and sneezing, you have to cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or use the inside of your elbow and do not spit. Throw the used tissues in the trash and immediately wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. If water are not readily available, clean your hands with hand sanitizer or alcohol. So after cleaning your hands, you also have to clean and disinfect. So clean and disinfect frequently touch surfaces daily. So what are those? Those are the tables, doorknobs, light switches, countertops, handles, desks, phones, keyboards, toilets, faucets, and sink. If surfaces are dirty, clean them. You can use detergents or soap and water prior to disinfection. Then you can also use a household disinfectant. Another preventive measure is to monitor your health daily. Be alert of the discussed signs and symptoms like fever, cough, shortness of breath, or other symptoms of COVID-19. Once you feel one of those symptoms, you have to tell it to your parents or your guardian so that they can check or take your temperature.
Let's have a recap on how to protect yourself and others. Number 1, you should know how the coronavirus spread. Wash your hands often. Avoid close contact. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when around others. Cover when you cough and sneezes. Clean and disinfect. And lastly, monitor your health daily.
The most important thing right now is how to be a healthy kid. So now I have different tips from you guys. So being a healthy kid is about eating right, getting plenty of exercise, and looking after yourself. Your health is very important in your development and growth. Try to incorporate healthy choices into your daily routine, but still have plenty of fun as well as giving yourself time to relax and wind down. So number 1, you have to eat plenty of fruits. So it is very important to have a healthy diet to help you grow and develop. Fruit should be a major part of your diet as it will provide you with a lots of vitamins and minerals that you need to stay strong and healthy. So aside from eating plenty of fruits, you have to eat or get lots of vegetables. So you have to eat vegetables because vegetables are essential part of your diet. Try to be aware of how much you eat and ensure that you are getting enough. The recommended amount of vegetable varies a little by age and gender, but in general, you should be aiming to eat between 2 to 3 cups of vegetable each day. So you have to eat plenty of fruits, get a lot of vegetables, and avoid too much sugar. Remember, sugary snacks and drinks are major factor in unhealthy diets for those of all ages. So kids might be especially susceptible to sweets and sugary drinks. So it's important that you can control your sugar intake to help you stay healthy. Snacks that are high in sugar and saturated fats can cause children to put on a lot of weight relatively quickly. So you have to limit the amount of sweets like chocolates, chips, and other unhealthy snacks. Try to be healthier by eating different or alternative snacks like fruits and other healthy foods. Another tips is to drink a lot of water. Water is a major part of staying healthy. Drinking plenty of water provides you with a lots of valuable minerals. So the drinks and even fruit juice contain a lot of sugar which is bad for your health. So if you are feeling thirsty, try to choose water as much as possible. So you have to aim to drink water at least 8 glasses a day. So aside from drinking a lot of water, you have to try different variation in your diet. So aside from that, you must practice to be active. So try to do an exercise on your own and get an hour of exercise a day. So not everyone enjoy team sports, but that's not reason not to get plenty of exercise. So you can try jogging, running, or biking. You can also try dancing. So next is cut down on TV and internet time. Being active means spending less time sat in front of television and computer screens or your mobile phones.
Another tips for staying healthy is taking care of yourself. So number one, you have to get into a good hygiene habit. An important part of staying healthy is getting into a good hygiene habit. That means you should wash properly and wear clean clothes. Take the time to wash thoroughly every day, including washing your feet. So as you reach puberty, you might find your start to produce more smelly sweat or body odor. Daily showers will be important. So brush your teeth thoroughly twice a day. Floss regularly, and of course, you have to make regular visits to your dentist. Don't wear smelly or dirty, stained clothes. You have to put them into the wash or your laundry. So aside from getting a good hygiene, another is get a plenty of sleep. Getting enough sleep is a very important part of your natural development. Research has shown that sleep is just as important as healthy diet and exercise. So it avoids obesity. Kids who don't get enough sleep tend to crave sugary, starchy foods for energy during the day, which wouldn't if they have slept more. The amount of sleep you need will vary a little according to your age. So here are the list that I have. If you are 7 years old, you have to get 10.5 hours a night. 8 years old, 10.25 hours a night. 9 years old, 10 hours a night. 10 years old, 9.75 hours a night. 11 years old, 9.5 hours a night. 12 to 13 years old, 9.25 hours a night. 14 to 16 years old, 9 hours a night. The last thing is visit the doctor if you are ill. If you have a healthy diet, you do plenty of physical activity, you will be giving yourself the best chance of staying healthy and avoiding illness. We can only lower our chances of getting ill, and we will all be ill at some point. If you do feel unwell or you're not feeling well, you should be sure to talk to your parents about it and go to see your doctor. If you have an infection or a virus, your doctor will be able to give you medicine to tackle it. Be sure to listen carefully to your doctor as well as answering all the questions asked of you completely and honestly. Okay, let's have a review again. How to be a healthy kid? Number 1, eat plenty of fruits, get lots of vegetables, avoid too much sugar, drink lots of water, have variation in your diet, exercise, cut down on TV and internet time, taking care of yourself by having a good hygiene habit and getting plenty of sleep, and lastly, visit the doctor if you are ill. Before I end this video, let me show you the proper way of hand washing from CDC or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and also a video proper way of wearing masks by the World Health Organization.
What you need to know about hand washing. Why should I use soap and water to wash my hands? Germs can get on your hands and items you touch throughout the day. When your hands might be dirty, it's best to wash with soap and water to remove whatever germs and chemicals are on them. Warm or cold water. Either is fine, as long as it's clean. Bar soap or liquid. Either is fine. Does the soap have to be antibacterial to work? No. Plain soap and water work just as well. What if I don't have soap, but I have access to water? Using soap to wash hands is more effective than using water alone. But if water is all you have, rub your hands together under it and wipe off with a clean towel or air dry. When hands aren't visibly dirty, you can use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. How long do I need to scrub when washing my hands? Scrubbing your hands for at least 20 seconds is most effective. Do I have to clean under my fingernails? Yes. Germs like to hide under fingernails. Make sure to clean there too. Towel or air dry. Either is fine, but if you're using a towel, make sure it's clean. Should I use a paper towel to turn off the faucet or open the door of a public bathroom? There isn't much scientific evidence about this. If you're concerned about getting germs on your hands after you wash them, you can use a paper towel to turn off the faucet or open door handles. What if I don't have soap or water to wash my hands? If soap and water aren't available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Alcohol-based hand sanitizers can quickly kill most types of germs on the hands, but may not kill certain bacteria and viruses that cause diarrhea. You should wash your hands before eating or after using the restroom. Protect yourself and others by washing your hands with soap and water. Learn more about the magic of hand washing. Visit cdc.gov/handwashing.
That's the end of our topic for today. Once again, I am Cheryl Mamaril, your school nurse. Remember to wash your hands regularly and stay safe, nation builders.